And I'm starting with guest number 1. You guys might have seen him.
What's
He's
up?
my brother from another mother is back. Yeah, last time I saw you.
Cup of tea.
Yeah, good. I'm having a coffee. You know what I mean? Last time I saw you, my friend, was in Kuala Lumpur. We were sitting at chilling, did a little bit. Indeed. First time I saw you, there was a premiere of the season. We did our first watch along together and a match prediction. We're gonna play that clip as well. Hope you well, my brother. How's things?
I'm good, bro. How you been?
Busy, man. Busy, man. But listen, I'm gonna bring in people to the stage, of course, and I'm gonna also bring in I'm gonna add on some more Manchester United firepower here as well. So, adding on to the stage, my number 2 as well, Phil Standish, all the way from Manchester. How you doing, Phil?
Yeah, good evening. How you doing, Alex? You all right?
How's it going, Phil? Long time. It's been a while.
Yeah, long time no see. I think last time I saw you, you were sat next to Mick having a brew, so it's
that was the one.
slightly different this time.
I've missed a few shows, but finally here for the big one.
The big gunners. Yeah, listen.
Good.
Hope you all well. Hope. Alex, I believe you brought a guest with you.
Very good friend of mine. Yeah, he's a massive Arsenal fan. So, really? I've known this guy since I was about 18. We used to go to uni together. So, a long time ago.
He just pulled into the driveway. Should we let him in?
Let him in.
Oh, no. What do you reckon, Phil? Do we want to let in another Gooner in the stream?
Yeah, you need to make it a fair fight, don't you?
Okay. We have Ollie's at the wheel. Tell me how good does it feel? Big up, Ollie.
Hey, Phil, thanks. How you doing?
Yeah, welcome to the show, mate. A debutant here. Ollie, how you doing? You got buy me a coffee mug in front of you. So, yeah, drink as much as you can. You got the fumes coming up your nose there, mate.
Oh, I need to ingest, the coffee. I'm getting all hyped up for the game for the weekend. I'm looking really forward to it, actually. It's this is always generally the first fixture on the calendar I look at the Premier League start of the season. I've been supporting Arsenal for a long time, and gone are the days when we were heavyweight giants. So hopefully we can go back to the glory days.
Yeah, well, you're absolutely smashing right there, Ollie. This is the game, the first fixture I look at the calendar when we release it, mate. That's always Arsenal versus United. Basically, because I got this man, my brother from another mother, we always have the bants and rants to talk about it. So it's the bragging rights, isn't it, Alex?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. This is the game that we all look forward to. I'm not going to lie. It's definitely the biggest game, isn't it? Arsenal, Man United. I don't think you can beat that. It's
true.
The rivalry that we had years back. It's just coming back. But United haven't been that great, have they? Let's be honest. So,
don't go there. Listen, guys, to level it up, because there's 4 of us here right now. We need a referee in the middle, somebody with power. You know what I mean? So, I got the power.
I'm looking for a Gooner.
Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Reasonable Gooner here. Reasonable.
Yeah, what's up, guys? I'll come in peace. I come in peace. Big up to you guys. Nice to see you guys and spend this time with you and be the referee, Nick.
Nice to meet you.
All the way from Boston, USA. We got Power Hour. Poppy, how you doing, mate?
Man, I'm good. I'm excited about Sunday. It's gonna be a war at the Emirates. I am so pumped. I just can't wait. It's gonna be I had a conversation earlier on, and I was just wondering who needs this win more, Man United or Arsenal? Like, obviously, both teams, any team wants the 3 points, but who will it be more significant to? And I'm just kind of curious.
Okay,
I'll pass. Yes.
Bobby, did you make your whiteboard or something to display?
Oh, yes. I do have my whiteboard. We'll reference it in the discussion. I'm sure we're gonna have a chat. Right now, my whiteboard has Casemiro, Bruno, and Rashford, which is the triangle that you should be scared of, ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
Oh, dear, dear.
Yeah, it's a Ten Hag triangle that you guys should be very, very wary about. I'm really, the crazy thing about this fixture is like I feel like the last time we won at the Emirates was maybe in 2017, if my stats are correct, in the league, in the Premier League. It's like it dates way back. Yeah. We win at Old Trafford, you guys win at the Emirates. That's always been the case, and it's always been like a lot of goals. So it's gonna be a cracker. I can't wait.
Is that so? Is that factual that we haven't won at Emirates since 2017?
Let me double check and not just throw away that stat.
Yeah, please.
Sounds about right.
Double check.
I will verify in a second.
Yeah. Before we continue, guys,
since we won at Old Trafford for a while.
Yeah. I mean, of course. Guys, before we continue, like, I want to give a shout out to the VER room, our loyal community. We got a lot of people in the house. We have Yole Malmin in the house saying g'day. Jamie Wayne is also in the house. Stephanie Griffith, one of our moderators, is also in the house. I see you. I feel you. Are you guys feeling good? I mean, forget about this transfer window. This is where we talk footballs. We have Stephen Welsh as well. Glazers are laughing at us out. That's another discussion. Regular and Evans. There's a lot of people talking about the transfer market at the moment. But listen, guys, we're here to talk about the biggest game of the century. We're talking about, Arsenal game. So this is something that we need to go, get up to speed to. I know the transfer market is the transfer market, but we have football to play. And these guys are here to talk football with us as well. Big up to all of you. RJ is in the house as well. I can see you. People want to cry. They're saying this transfer window, they want to cry. I understand. I do understand. Scotty at the wheel, basically. You have competition there, Ollie. Ollie at the wheel. We have Scotty at the wheel there. Big up to you, mate. What else do we have here? Who's in the kitchen? Jamie Wayne, everyone is pissed off with this transfer market. I can see you guys. Listen, it's time to kick off the show. Jonathan Lindeberg, Lisa Jensen Olsen, all the way from Denmark. Marky, he's saying face drop. He's all the way from Trinidad Tobago. Whatever you're tuning in from, cheers, raise your glass and support us, because you know what? We are here to talk football. Neil Driscoll is in the house as well. Rajat all the way. Simon Heron. Yeah, we see you. 26 likes, and please don't forget to smash the like on the way, because we have busted our ass to get this panel together. So let's do this, people. Let's do this. Poppy, let it have it. Let him have it. Give me this stat.
Yes. The stat dates back to the 2nd of December 2017, when the last time Man United won a Premier League game versus Arsenal at the Emirates. And then, on the other hand, Google says,
Arsenal 2019.
Yes, that was FA Cup. But we're talking a Premier League game. It's been so long.
Say that.
Yeah.
Win's a win.
I mean, 2019, you're still talking about getting vaccines. We haven't the vaccine is not discovered yet. So this is pre-vaccine. So.
All right, so before we continue, there's something that I want to bring up to the stage. Alex,
yes, my brother.
The Red Lobster, right? You remember when I started the channel, right?
Yeah.
You remember that? And there was just...
I don't know if I agree with the name The Red Lobster.
Yeah. You remember that? You were my... I had almost 0 subs, and we did a Arsenal preview. That was early season where we were predicting. Now, I think it was 3rd game of the season, right? Where we just bought Anthony Dos Santos and all that stuff. You remember that?
Yeah. What was the score?
Well, I got a clip, mate. That's it. Like, you remember we were sitting.
Remember? Wow.
Okay. Are you ready? Listen, This is flashback, right? Remember this flashback. For copyright reasons, I have to sing in between and stuff because it's a copyright music. Okay, hang on a second. Are you guys ready for this one?
Talk about Bruno. Wasn't a cloud in the sky. You will sing with the mystery. You're telling the story all night.
what I'm hearing in this is that you are playing fast football, but you're coming actually to a very hostile Old Trafford.
Yeah.
That is on this path of believing with the manager. I think we will slap you with 3-1.
Okay.
You?
Final answer. I think our defense are pretty solid. I don't see ourselves conceding that many goals, but
Say it with chest, Alex.
yeah, I think
Go with your heart.
2-2 is my prediction, and I'll be happy to take a point. Point will be a great result for Arsenal.
Viva la Santos.
Do you know what? If you don't have him
Samba.
playing, right, I'm a lot more confident. I think you have signed a superstar, Martinelli. Yeah, Martinelli he is special. This kid. Okay.
Martinelli.
When you got Martinelli and Jesus and Saka on the right, yeah, that's pretty potent.
You know what happened?
Well done.
Guess what the score was. Guess what the score was. Guess who
3-1.
got the score right? I said
You're
3-1.
You'll get it eventually.
Yeah, but hang on. I was thinking big up. Ooh, big up, because you mentioned 2-2, and this is what I believe is going to be the scoreline this time around. So I was looking at this clip and say maybe Alex was looking into the future. I don't know. But anyway, that was a great time when I just had like a 500 subs, but it was like, good to see, like a what do you call it? Flashback in a way.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think where we're at with it is that no one really knows what's going to happen. I think we're just so inconsistent, both teams, to be honest. I mean, back in the day, when I first started watching football, Man United, it was a fortress to play at your ground, and we would lose all the time. You just know we would lose. Emirates, you could say it's been a little bit like similar as well, like a bit of a fortress as well. But we, can't predict a scoreline, really. It's really difficult. I think it's probably going to be a 50-50.
Ollie, what do you reckon? Like, I'm going to ask you a question. I mean, I never spoken to you before, Ollie, but, I always speak to Alex, and Alex, I always told you, like, Arsenal this season is not the same. I mean, you had an amazing first half of the season. You're unstoppable. You're running like, like a madman the first 20 minutes. But then the squad depth came and bit you in the ass, and you kind of ended up deflated. How do you see this season around? Like, it is a different Arsenal than last season, or?
It is a different Arsenal last season. I would like to say I'm quite optimistic about this season. The way, we did overachieve, I think, last season. We did particularly play pretty good football. But this time round, the manager sort of tinkered about a bit too much, and I find it very hard to see where we're actually going, moving forward as a football club. I'm kind of a bit worried about Mikel Arteta shoehorning Kai Havertz in the middle and putting Thomas Partey on the right. It looks like Rashford might have a field day against Thomas Partey because he hasn't got the legs to get past, to deal with someone like Rashford. It's a little bit, just that one particular move alone worries me. But because we're at home, I have a slight glimmer of hope. But we haven't played well in any of the first three games, to be honest. Man United and Arsenal have both been playing, stinking the place out at the moment. But whenever this game comes around, form, I think, goes out the door. But we have had slightly better fortune at the Emirates. But you could say the same at Old Trafford as well. So it's anyone's game, really. I would say probably a draw. I'm looking at the moment. To be honest, I couldn't tell you the scoreline, but pretty conservative, to be honest.
Yeah, big up, Ollie. Standish, what do you reckon? Are you agreeing with what Ollie is saying here? Like, we both haven't really looked like we rocked up to the party yet. We look like we're still slumbering, sleeping, like,
Yeah, I mean, I agree with a lot with what Ollie just said about Kai Havertz. It was a bit of a strange one. He really wasn't firing at Chelsea. I mean, we know that nobody was firing at Chelsea last season, and they're just still trying to find the feet for whatever reason. Obviously, they've said the same about Mason Mount and others. But yeah, I just think, when you look at the start that Arsenal had, they got off to a great start. The first game of the season, 2 goals up, looking like they were flying. Arsenal, this is and then suddenly they were fighting just to keep the result. And then they've had a couple of the last 2 games have had penalties, which has helped them to get the result that they needed. And so you're not sitting. I put Odegaard and Saka in my fantasy team, thinking they're going to have a great season, and so far I've not seen it. I know that Martinelli was playing fantastic on the left last season. I've not seen much of him this season. Is he playing in a different role or something like that? Just before we move on to that question, I just want to point out that over the last since 2021, there's been an average of 4 goals scored between us in every match that we've played. So I don't think we're going to be looking at a 0-0 or a 1-0 or anything like that. I think we are going to be looking for, even though none of us have really been scoring that much, I think this could be a break for both of us. What about Martinelli?
Martinelli hasn't got his same partnership left back. He's tinkering, playing Kivior left back, and then he's playing. He had Timber at the first game, but now he's out the rest of the season. That's a big blow. And then Zinchenko. For me, he's not a left back because he can't defend, but he's great going forward. Martinelli hasn't been firing all well because he hasn't got his regular partner supporting on the wing back, and Thomas Partey's not supporting Saka on the right. So it's a bit of a mess at the moment. So we're not seeing, the fast flowing football that we're used to from last season. It's all quite. I don't think anyone knows really what they're doing at the moment. Yeah, I think Arteta's trying to be too much like Pep at the moment. It's kind of frustrating me.
Do you think they're trying to squeeze Declan Rice in?
Yeah,
Declan Rice should be playing with Partey in the middle. He should be playing with.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think that's what's messed up your balance? Because you had a really good balance.
Havertz has ruined the balance big time. Yeah,
Alex.
Yeah, totally. I agree. I think. I don't know what was going on, what the thinking behind. It's fair enough to experiment to go straight into the Premier League and then be putting Partey on the right back. I was so excited to have Thomas Partey and Rice in midfield. It doesn't really get much better than that as a holding midfield. So it's bizarre. And I think that's kind of unsettled the team. And then you've got Havertz in there. I'm not sure what's going on with him. He's like, he seems like, a very Ozil type of player, which is so bizarre. But it's only 3 games in, so you can't really judge a player.
You're right. You're right.
Time. But it doesn't look great. Plus, obviously, we've just lost Timber for the whole season, and we haven't really.
Oh, that's a blow. Yeah.
Essentially, we've signed Rice, which is amazing. Havertz. Sometimes you feel like you're playing with 10 men with him, honestly. But too early to say so for all these Gunners who are saying like what's going on and made a mistake. I think you can't judge. It's too early to judge, really. Let's judge him when he's 10 games in. That's my opinion.
Yeah, but it sounds to me like your Havertz is like our Mason Mount is to our signing as well. There's a lot of criticism why we sign Mount and why you sign Havertz, like both Chelsea players at the end of the day. But but I kind of think that maybe Arteta is jinxing it a little bit because the way you played last season was amazing football. It was pretty much rock and roll the first 20 minutes, like kill off the team. Now you're trying to play more possession-based football. I'm trying to think that, Declan Rice, was it worth it, the money you paid? For that money, you could have got at least 2 more midfielders and a striker.
But that's the thing. He didn't change anything last season. It was almost predictable, but it worked for so long. I think towards the end, we just got tired, but that's fair enough. We just didn't have the depth. But since we've started this season, it's just been, I'm just completely dumbfounded with what's been going on. I think he's going to change it. I think he'll go back to the basics on Sunday because, everyone's saying it's just a joke, the formation. It's just not working. But we shall see.
Been injured?
Yeah. But there's been a few injuries, Zinchenko's been out, Jesus has been out. So I think that's what he's probably been doing is he's just trying to get like this coherent system working, make a few changes, but it's just, it's completely backfired. And if he's a smart man, he'll revert back to basics because it doesn't make sense to play Thomas Partey, who is considered he was probably the best midfielder last season, half of the season. So it's just, why would you do that? Makes no sense.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to Poppy because I can see the Poppy smells blood here now. Now he sensed a little bit insecurity. I see he's loading up his gun there. Like, come on, hit me with your best shot here.
First things first. I want to just address something that was in the chat. Neil, big up to you. May your father-in-law rest in peace. Neil's father-in-law was a Gooner, passed away 2 weeks ago, I think, and may he rest in peace. Yeah, I want to go back to what you were talking about, Alex, about this thing. Of Arteta, when you have a system that's working and you do too much, there's this thing like too much tinkering, you end up clinkering. I don't know. It's a phrase. I just made it up, but a clinker is a mistake. I feel like, when you're having Zinchenko, who's now not really in the match rhythm of that left back position, and you're already disadvantaging your team defensively with all the tinkering that you are doing. I get the whole idea of trying to have different ways to play so that you're not if one way doesn't work, you have at least some experience of trying to just set up differently and trying to play other teams in different ways and have cause different types of problems for the opposition. But I feel like this might end up biting Arteta, in the back, because first of all, what's his name? Thomas Partey versus Marcus Rashford is a big meal already, right? So we know he most likely will not go for that gamble. He will probably, as you said, Zinchenko is probably the most qualified person to do that. But at the same time, I'm if we see that as well as Kai Havertz is a cone. He's a passenger defensively. And if we're able to bypass him, we'll be definitely feasting. So I feel like this one is going to be a very tactical battle. Also, the other thing on our side that I'm worried about is Saka versus Dalot, because we know that left back position is not well. Reguilon is now. There was a here we go a few about an hour ago, whatever. So maybe I don't know if it's going to be Reguilon straight away. I doubt it, but it's still going to be an area of instability that brings me a little bit of concern. So yeah. And at the end of the day, I feel like Arteta, this is the time to really show your money, prove your worth, because you have to win this a little bit more than Ten Hag has to win this, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys feel about that.
Yeah, I agree with everything you're saying, 100%. Yeah, 100%. I mean, everyone was thinking your manager was the man, but, I was just listening to TalkSport the other day and people are already saying, is he really the big deal? Is he really the deal?
Forget about TalkSport. They have always an agenda.
If only they could talk sport and talk sport.
We're not very forgiving as fans, right? We're not very forgiving as fans. If Man United have another couple of bad results, I mean, you'll be questioning a few things. So that's just the natural instinct. But I think we're all both in the same boat, really. We're still, we had some good consistency last year, but I haven't been following Man United, to be honest, that much. But I imagine it's probably the same thing with you guys. Still trying to work out what's working. But they're a dangerous team. I still feel they probably overachieved last season. No one thought they would. Third, right? Yeah, third. So I think you had a really good season, and he was your manager. First year in. So
okay,
he's overachieved.
No, you know what? I'm reading in the chat here, and people still not in the mood for football. They're talking about transfers. I can read that, people. We are talking football. Maybe we should talk a little bit about transfer just to get that PTSD out of you, so we can get into the match mood. Because it's been a crazy week. We had Champions League draw. We're going to cover that as well. Did you guys get a good group, or did we get a good group? We're going to talk about a lot of things today. But you know what? Let's just get those transfer rumors out of the way, because I think that at the end of the day, our budget has never been the greatest. We've been dealing with a bad hand with the Glazers and the sales takeovers and the Mason Greenwood situation. And, I certainly believe by looking at this transfer window now from a Manchester United perspective, comparing to what you guys have, you have Kroenke and stuff like that, right? So
Yeah.
it's true that we are in a financial mess, 100%. It's true that we've been shopping players on credit cards, and it's true that we apparently had a very limited budget, and we have to sell a lot of players, and then we were dealt with injury blows and had to wheel and deal, right? And now I see a lot of in the fan base are going pissed off, and yeah, it's your right to be pissed off, 100%. But it's not the manager's fault, right? The manager's been dealt with a shitty hand, to be honest, and certain players that he recruited, yeah, of course, that his signings like Mason Mount has been under critique. But if we get Amrabat in and close the door, so that midfield pairing is going to be amazing, to be honest. And whatever loany midfield we get people in the chat room, I mean, it's a help for 10 weeks because Luke Shaw is injured for 10 weeks, apparently, right? So any player that he chooses, we are not cooking the meal. We are just eating the meal. So whatever the chef cooks, we have to eat it, right? And support it. That's what Manchester United is all about, all right? You got to support the team, back the manager right now. And we have to look forward for the Sunday game, basically. So even if we do get in a Reguilon, I think that the stumbling block there with the Cucurella was that he played against Carabao. That made him redundant to play any cup games, right? Phil?
Yeah. So just before you move on to that, sorry, Fabrizio has just been saying that Yusuf Fofana, United have inquired about his availability, another loan with an option to buy. 24-year-old. Yeah. So 24-year-old midfield, central defensive, right midfield sort of thing. So that's what transfer market's saying, a value of about 24-25 million. So that's just kind of just hot off the press, just broke in then. Sorry. So can I go back? So that was, I just wanted to share that one, obviously, with the panel, just let everybody know that's just kind of breaking recently. With regards to the left back situation, it is a loan, obviously, based on the fact that Luke Shaw was injured unexpectedly, obviously. And I think the Reguilon deal looks like it is going to go ahead. I did think Cucurella was going to happen, but obviously, and I thought we were kind of playing games to lower the fee, but it does look like Reguilon's got his medical lined up. So and Amrabat, someone just put in the chat that Amrabat's medical is ready for tomorrow as well. So making the progress. Obviously, there'll be a big show tomorrow to kind of talk us through the countdown at the end of the window.
Look,
a lot more rumors breaking between now.
Reguilon can do madness.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I feel like in some weird way, like if I know Reguilon, if you've been to a lot of high profile clubs and you don't really sort of stay, you can make the case that that player is not good enough to actually convince any coach in those top teams. But at the same time, there's a reason why he keeps on hopping around with top tier teams. Reguilon he's just from the Real Madrid academy and went on to Sevilla, went on, to play for Spurs and Atletico Madrid. And now he's with us. And there's a reason why, he has something, he has potential, and maybe it's just about finding the right coach who can actually help him blossom as a player and reach that next level. So maybe it might be a good thing for us as well, and for him to be able to prove to the rest of the world that I'm Serge Reguilon, and this is what's in my locker, and it might be a win-win for all of us. I hope.
I'm going to prove myself. Yeah,
we were in for him before he went to Spurs, wasn't we?
Yeah, we were. Yeah. But listen, I also want to throw it back to Arsenal as well, because I feel sorry for you for Jurriën Timber, right? This was a target that we were after. There was a Ten Hag raised him, and I feel sorry for you guys. Like, what happened? Was a ligament or
cruciate ligament? Yes, he's out for the whole season.
It's
one of them nasty ones. To be honest, it's one of them ones where are you going to be the same player when you come back? Because I've never seen many players come back the same player. But however, we don't know what we've missed, because we've only seen him for half a game. So, but obviously, seeing him, the little bits I've seen him on, a few highlights on Ajax, looks pretty decent player. Ajax obviously come up with a good crop of players. it's just a shame, really. It's just the way it goes. It's just football. There's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
Anyway,
yeah. It is what it is, guys. Listen, let's get this.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Yeah, go ahead. You know what would be the show without your energy, Puppy? So grateful to have you on, man. Seriously, listen. Okay, so I know that we there were some reports, rumors that we were linked to this Benfica youngster midfielder as well. So I had Anil from Talk Sports on this morning, and we were talking about the Ten Hag is looking for 3 more signings. So all we can do right now, talk football. You know, forget about the transfers. Whatever will be. Like, you find out the situation, you can judge it by the end of the deadline, right? There's no point of throwing your toys at the pram, because we have Champions League, we have football to play. And you know, if you look at what Liverpool is doing, yeah, it was never meant to be that we will take both Gravenberch and what do you call it, Sofian Amrabat. It's either one or the other. So who would you pick? I go with Amrabat 100%, to be honest. So let them have it. But we have one thing in common, guys. Manchester United and us, we have this. What Liverpool don't have is this.
Where's the next year? Istanbul or where? Chelsea fan. Yeah. Book the hotel. Put it in the diary, yeah.
Guys, what we can do is put Tuesdays in the diary where the Scousers can sit there and sing on Thursday nights. Whoa. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So basically, guys, I want to introduce this to the stage because we need to talk about the Champions League draw. Do you mind if I do that? Right. So, guys, let us reflect on Group A from a Manchester United perspective. Arsenal ended up in pot Group B. Like, Papi, take it away. We got Bayern, we got Copenhagen, we got Galatasaray. That is a good draw, isn't it?
Actually, that draw, second place is right there for us. I think obviously I'm worried about the Galatasaray away game. That's the one that will be sort of the way football works is funny. We might, maybe draw that game and then we have an unlikely win versus Bayern somehow. It's just sometimes the unexpected happens. But the way when I take a look at Group A, it's kind of clear that the first position is going to Bayern, second position is Man United, and we really would have ourselves to blame if we can't get ahead of Copenhagen or Galatasaray. No disrespect, but
Puppy, I heard some breaking news. Are you ready? They came straight from UEFA right now. They're banning all the Turkish teams to play in UEFA Champions League. You know why?
Why?
Because every time they get a corner, they open a kebab shop.
Hey, that's Turkish. Come on.
That's too funny.
So let's break the ice, people. Let's get out of this transfer mood, and it's a lot of corners. Let's get out of this transfer mood and talk football, people. Everyone in the chat, let's get ready. Come on, get it out. Okay, let's talk to me, Phil Standish. What do you reckon? Group A, Bayern Munich with Harry Honka Kane in there leading the lines.
Yeah, I think we've obviously when I saw the draw, I was a little bit concerned, obviously, with the Bayern situation, because at the end of the day, we've shown before that in the Champions League, for whatever reason, we struggle in the group stages. Since Sir Alex has left, we've just not done well. We've either scraped through or we've just not made it through at all, even with lower teams against us. I'm hoping that Ten Hag has got a different mindset. It'd be good to see how we get on in the Champions League this year. I think the next 24 hours are going to be a big impact on what happens and how we do perform in the Champions League. Obviously, based on the transfer window and who we get in and that. Should finish in the top 2. But I don't think it's a given. I think, at the end of the day, anybody who's in the Champions League deserves to be there, and they've got there for a reason. And I think if you go into a game thinking, we've got it, we'll be all right, we won't. Although when you look at the likes of Group F, clearly the group of death, just glad that we avoided that. and that could have been a much worse one. So you see, there's positives and negatives.
Newcastle, yeah.
But I think Newcastle, Milan, Dortmund, and Paris is going to be the group to watch. Every game is a watchable game, a fun game. Everyone's like tuning in for those. And I think we've done all right out of the draw. We could have done better. We could have done worse. But we've only got ourselves to blame if we don't qualify in the top two.
Alex, you got our bogey team basically that we always end up getting, which is Sevilla. We dodged that bullet, thank God. But talk to me about your draw. Like, are you happy with the draw that you kind of pulled out? Like, Sevilla, PSV, Lens. That's a good group.
I haven't been watching PSV, but I mean they're all decent teams, and they could easily cause an upset. So I think on paper we should probably win that group, but they're not going to be easy games. But yeah, I think we should. I'd be disappointed if we didn't come first. But they're all quality teams. Yeah, they're all good teams. I mean, if you look at Man City's group, I mean they've got it easy. So
they do, yeah.
I'm not going to say we have an easy group, but they're all beatable teams, to be honest. So, yeah, I think we should.
Ollie at the wheel. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you reckon there was some hot ping pong balls in there? Like, did you just got an easy group, or what do you reckon? Is there a little bit of a brown paper envelopes going on there?
First of all, before I start with Arsenal, I do see Man United go through, no problem. Bayern would be a tricky game, but the rest I could see you take all 6 points from the other two. With Arsenal, well, it's been many years since we've been in the Champions League, so it all depends how what our squad depth's like and how Arteta rotates it all. But looking at the teams we're up against, I think we've kind of had a bit of a touch, to be honest. I think we can if we don't get through, then obviously it's something seriously gone wrong there. I don't expect anything less than us to win the group, to be honest. But it all depends how Mikel Arteta rotates the squad, and I can see us get through. Both us, Man United, Arsenal through, City through, Newcastle in the group of death. We should be smiling and get into the knockout stages. Yeah,
let's hope so. Now, this is a big. I mean, congratulations for you guys coming into the Champions League. Like, really, really. But what do you reckon? What would be your priority? I mean, of course, you finished second last season. Now you're in the Champions League. What do you think the focus will be, Alex?
I personally would, if we don't get to, I'm expecting a, potentially semi-final. Maybe that's a little bit ambitious, but I do think on paper, when you put our top, our first 11, we should be aiming for the semi-final. I think the team's strong, but we haven't been in the Champions League, as Ollie said before. Quarterfinals would probably be reasonable, but I'd be disappointed. So
okay,
7 years. Yeah. 7 years, I think 7 years for us. Yeah.
It's the best. It's the best Arsenal team, in my opinion, since going all the way back to 2008, isn't it? 2008. Yeah.
Now, in certain ways, what I'm trying to sort of get out of this season is to say that, if you look at the London side, so you have Chelsea, they're not really in any cups right at the moment. So, where do you reckon you finish, barring that you have Champions League, and if you look at Spurs, Spurs being Spurs, of course, and you have the Blues, Chelsea, you reckon you're going to finish top 4 though?
It all depends.
What is this doubt?
To be honest, it's because how we've played this beginning of this season, how Arteta has tinkered with the team. I really actually don't know. I'd like to think, when you look on paper, at our squad, and how we played last year, you'd think so, wouldn't you? We should get the top 4. Chelsea have, they had a disaster last season. They've recruited well and sold pretty big to both of us.
Okay.
Man United, I could see Man United, Arsenal in there, but to be honest, I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk this year. I think City are going to walk away with it. I think pretty much that's conclusion,
Yeah.
which is a shame for United fans because I bet you hate seeing it every year. I couldn't imagine what it would be like if Tottenham won the league every year. It would be I'd probably quit watching football, to be honest. But
That's not anything you need to worry about, though, is it?
Nah. I can't see Tottenham do it. Losing Harry Kane's a big blow.
No chance.
Big blow, yeah.
No, it'd be
chance,
Arsenal, Man United. I think was scraping it. I don't know. I'm not too sure what sort of side Chelsea are going to sort of bring this year because they're a bit unpredictable. They're always a bit up and down, but they've been the most successful team over the last 20 years, winning everything. So you can never count them out. Liverpool, I think they're slowly dying a slow death because their owner's terrible. They don't spend a lot of money, you know, and I think. Klopp's getting a bit annoyed now. You know, Salah looks unsettled. Salah looks unsettled. Mane's gone. Firmino's gone. I mean, you know, it just seems like a slow sinking ship over there. I'm just not sure where Arsenal will finish this year. But I do see us finish top 4. But I don't think we'll be as convincing
I see the chat here. I've been saying that Liverpool are finished. Depends on how the recruitment is going. I mean, they got Gravenberch probably over the line. They got this end of story. What's his name? End of story. It's end of story, right? Yeah. Endo. Okay, Darwin 2 feet noodles find his shooting boots finally. You know what I mean?
Darwin noodles.
But you guys also you have some injuries, like regarding Gabriel Jesus is also out. You don't have much of a striker power. I see you guys being struggling at the end of the day. So I can sense the little bit uncertainty, like you're not really as comfortable.
Well, Gabriel Jesus was back for the game against Fulham. He did come on, but he's never maintained a full season injury-free, which worries me because the drop-off with Jesus to Eddie Nketiah is quite significant. For me, what Arsenal should do is try to go all out and get Ivan Toney. I think he'd be a great addition to Arsenal. But I know he's banned, but you know, come January, I think he'd be a good purchase because I think he's quite an all-round good, complete striker.
Are we going to make a punt? Are we going to make a bet? Who's going to get Ivan Toney?
Well, striker market's quite poor at the minute, so you know, it's all
that's
what pays the most. It's all what pays the most, isn't it?
The thing with Man City is they're ruthless. You know, they got rid of a couple of players, and then in the last few weeks, they've just gone out and bought. I mean, just like that. By how many players they bought. If you look at Arsenal, really, who we replaced? We've replaced Xhaka for Rice, and we've got Timber who's injured for the whole season, and Havertz is like minus a player at the moment. We don't know, so it's pretty much the same team. Okay, Rice
is the goalkeeper situation.
Rice is better than Xhaka, but is that really going to be the difference between winning the league and not? I don't think so. So,
all right. Well,
why is not question on Emile Smith Rowe, because the rumor is that Arteta's willing to let him go, but to me, the last couple of seasons, he's looked like he was someone who could break through and be someone good for Arsenal. What do you think of him as a player, and do you think that he will leave?
I like Smith Rowe as a player, but I think his Achilles heel is his injuries. We're having too many injuries at the minute. I don't know what Arsenal training ground is. It's probably just concrete rather than a minute. I don't know. Players seem to get injured all the time at Arsenal. I think that's the reason why we're probably letting him go, because he's not getting himself fit.
All right then.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know, nobody's really talking about the cheating City, right? Because everyone's been praising this team, but you know, you got to look at what they did to achieve. So basically, they've been cooking the books, inflating. Everyone knows it. It's 115 charges waiting to happen, but nothing is happening, right? So I'm not going to sit here and praise them for buying certain players when I know they're freaking cheated, to be honest, right?
Yeah.
So for me, it doesn't feel real. Like, you know, whenever I see City playing, okay, they're playing fantastic football, but it doesn't really feel real. I see Haaland running around, like, you know, and it's like, doesn't really feel like it's real. Right, you know, it's so plastic, right? So
the guy's a robot, isn't he?
Yeah, no. Even if they won 3 Ps, right, and even if they won Champions League, I don't really feel it because they don't have a fan base. That's the thing. You know, when they actually won the treble, they had a parade in Manchester. They had 20,000 people rocking up for the parade. Last time United won the treble, there was like 500,000. right? 500,000 people rocking up. And then you saw the Champions League final. Majority of the fans were actually cheering from Inter Milan because they were the loudest voice. And there was a lot of tourists that came in that they bought city jerseys. They didn't even know, which team they were supporting. So they have a lot of touricism, or I would also call it Chelsea rejects as well, that switch the clubs. But you don't. It's like football is like a religion. You never switch religion in certain ways. Like you're born a Manchester United fan or Gooner fan. You just don't switch.
Yeah.
That's
They've
the thing,
taken
right?
the soul out of Manchester, haven't they?
They have. They don't really feel real. I mean, Phil, you live in the middle of Manchester. Do you feel the city fans at all? Do you see them, or is the majority red?
To be honest, you see one or two popping up, like if you're walking around like the Trafford Centre or something like that, you see a few City shirts, but it doesn't feel like it's overtaking overtaking the town sort of thing. When you think of what they are doing, it is clear that there's so many. Even when you see kids hanging around, you see kids wearing like Harlan tops and stuff. And that's what kids do. They just follow who's at the top at the time, don't they? I know some kids who've got 4 or 5 different shirts because this player plays well and that player plays well and stuff like that.
Hipster's choice.
I think at the end of the day, I just don't get it. They're in some of the biggest games of they were, as you say, up for the treble and in the Champions League final and winning the Premier League, and you just think, where's the support all season? So many games you see where it is the empty had. And it's real. It really is. They can't disguise that. They can, they can buy players, whether it's with dodgy money or real money. You don't know, but we do know. But you can't buy fans. It's and they've tried. I think we'll be on the McDonald's scratch cards next. You'll get a season ticket to City or something, so you can get in. But I just can't see any other way that they're going to get players in without giving the tickets away. Literally, fans.
Yeah, I mean, me and Alex and I, we used to work together down in Dubai, so we know exactly what we're talking about. If the local Emiratis, Alex, they would do anything to be the biggest, the best, and they would do anything to make it successful, right? So it doesn't surprise me, right? They have some shady dealings going on there.
I mean, this is just the beginning, isn't it? Really, I mean, with what's going on in Saudi. I mean,
yeah.
Isn't that weakening the Premier League? To be honest, I mean, everyone sort of initially thought that it was just going to be players that were retiring, but I mean, seriously, I mean, Salah's going to go potentially. Surely they're going to probably include these Saudi teams in the Champions League at some point.
Exactly,
about, isn't it? Yeah,
that has to happen. I mean, surely
the wild card. Poppy, talk to me because
you've got to see where it's going. This is football,
This is football. Money talks. Poppy, talk to me because I heard something today with the new rules of Champions League. There's going to be a wild card, and there's some rumors there's going to be some Saudi team.
I mean, we will be there. I mean, it's one of those things where I feel like I understand the Premier League and how people feel threatened by the emergence of a new power, but at the same time, the Saudi league deserves the opportunity to grow and expand as much as any other league in the world. It's not about what country you're in or whatever. It's more just if the opportunity is there and the players attracted to that, then go for it. What's a little bit striking for me is just like how I thought this was going to end somewhere, but it seems like there's countless money. And I just was so naive about how wealthy people are in the world that this is the kind of like, if somebody can give Neymar that kind of package, it's just like, wow, what kind of package do you have yourself? So, anyway, I don't want to talk about packages too much, but it's just one of those things where I saw Ollie being like, but anyway,
Salah's being offered 1 million, I think around £1 million a week.
This is just so wild, so wild.
At the end of the day, like you look at the world, like the rise and fall of empires. You look at the curve; it always happens. Like you have one empire rising, one empire falling, and there's always been like this. The Roman Empire, everything, like you know what I'm talking about. So it's inevitable, like There's a new league shaping. Everyone's feeling threatened. They have lots of money to throw in, and Cristiano Ronaldo obviously knew something when he signed out for what they call Al Hilal.
Nasser.
Is it Al Nasser? They probably
Yeah.
told him the plans already. We want you to be the face, and look who's going there. Like it's not that they're getting retiree players; they're also getting the youngsters. Like Ruben Neves went there as well. Like it's just been shocking. So I wouldn't be surprised. Like there's going to be like even more next year anyway. Anyway, sorry, I have my terrorist cat meowing, but we have to move on, people, because we have to talk about the game on the Sunday, right? So we're gonna go to your starting 11, guys, as well. Sorry, VR room. It's not that we have forgotten about you. We are just being so occupied in talking football here. We will get to your comments as well, but we want your engagement here as well. We're going to start with the predicted starting 11. I want to hear from Arsenal. I sense a little bit uncertainty. Maybe you are there for the taking, but I want to hear from you how you think you will line up. Your predicted 11. How you think Arteta will he tinker? Or will he pull a stinker? Come on, guys. Let me hear it. Ollie at the wheel. Alex, get it up there.
Okay. Right. Ideally, because Ramsdale's pull a few stinkers, I'd like to put David Raya in goal, but I don't think he's going to quite do that. I think he's going to stick with Ramsdale. He's going to play Partey right back, Ben White and Saliba as the partnerships. I don't know why Gabriel's not playing alongside Saliba. Kivior left back. He's not going to start with Zinchenko. Odegaard, Rice, and Havertz in the midfield. That's what he's going to do. Saka and Martinelli on the wings. Jesus is not 100% fit. I think he's going to start with Trossard up front. That's what I think he's going to do.
Yeah, Trossard. Yeah. He's
not what I do,
Nketiah.
but that's what he's going to do.
You reckon?
Nketiah.
I mean, Trossard. Nketiah, yeah. No, Trossard for me was one of your positive signings of last season, but he hasn't got much of a sniff this season, right?
No, he's sort of in and out. At the beginning, he had a great pre-season, and I thought, okay, he's going to start him. And then he hasn't had a sniff, and he's just a bit here, a bit there. He's 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there. It's not. Yeah, he's a bit frustrated. I hope he starts him. I think he might do actually, because Jesus ain't 100% fit yet, and Nketiah has missed a lot of sitters lately. So
yeah, I mean, there's a question
Trossard.
here. Why did you get David Raya if you're not going to play Raya? I mean, obviously you have Ramsdale cheese got holes in it, right? And that was one of the reasons. Alex, I want to come to you, my brother. Do you agree what your brother there, Ollie's saying? Like, hello?
I don't think they'll play Raya. You can't just slot him in for a big. I mean, I don't see that happening. So I think Ramsdale will stay in. I'm hoping that he'll revert back to Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko. That would be my back four, and then I'd play Rice and Partey in midfield. And I reckon he'll go with Vieira, because I think he looked really good the last game. So I'd hope to see Saka on the right, Vieira and Odegaard. So that'll be our attack with Jesus up front. I think that's all of them.
RG's wondering, will Zinchenko start?
But yeah, I think so. I mean, he's come on a few times, and he's our best option. But Vieira could be Trossard, it could be Vieira. I mean, it could even be Smith Rowe, but it's going to be one of those two. But yeah, he needs to revert back to our sort of starting 11 and not fuck about with it.
Smith Rowe or Death Row? Is that what it is? Okay, so I feel like you guys are a little bit rattled. I don't feel the confidence. Where are you guys? Come on, So we're gonna get to the score prediction later on, but I see.
I think we'll win if we got Thomas Partey in midfield with Rice, because we've got our team's pretty solid, Ollie. That's what I think. But if he reverts back to if he goes back to what we've been playing the last couple of games, I think we'll lose.
I quite like the promising part of our team is we've got Martinelli and Saka on the wings. They can cause defenses all sorts of problems. I think Man United could well play for Saka on the right and then Dalot on the left. I think it would be an interesting battle. That would be where the most of the battle is in the game. I think Man United will walk through our midfield with Casemiro there. I mean, the guy's a Rolls Royce. It would be interesting if it was Rice and Partey with Casemiro in the middle, but I don't see that happen.
You have United 90 saying if you guys play Partey at right back, Rashford's going to cook him. That's it. You know what?
Yeah.
Either we're going to have a fried rice or cooked rice. It's up to you guys. You know what I mean?
Jollof
so
rice.
okay, so you go with that one, guys. Let me just go.
I had to jollof rice.
And you had to, yeah. Big up. What happened to my screen here? Let me just hang on a second. Bear with me.
Quick question to the Gooner. So Marlin Patel said, "Can you ask Gooner fans why Arteta abandoned his attacking football from last season, which is great to watch them play and party right back and get Havertz? It will cost them." I mean, obviously, just a bit of a question from the panel, really. Why do you think he's changed that? I mean, we touched upon it earlier in the show, didn't we, about the fact that the Rice coming in and trying to change their sort of formation to suit that. Is there anything you could add to that sort of question?
Alex, you want to go? Okay. I don't know. He's trying to fix something that wasn't particularly broken. I think he's tinkering too much, trying to be like Pep Guardiola. I actually literally have no answer for it, to be honest. He's going to have a lot to answer for himself if it doesn't work out. Buying Kai Havertz is a massive gamble. You've seen how he played for Leverkusen before them years ago. He was pretty good, but then obviously at Chelsea he's had a stinker. So I don't know what Arteta sees in him, but hopefully it'll come good. But at the minute, I'm just not too sure.
All right, guys. Listen, I'm really conscious about time, guys. Let's get this transfer window out of the way. We are absolutely smelling blood here. I must say. I never seen you, Alex, so rattled before. But listen, we got to pick the Manchester United team, right? Are you willing to join us? Or are you going to sabotage our team selection, right? Guys, let's us do this together. Okay, we got to start. First and foremost, I'm going to go to you, Phil. Do you reckon he will go with it 4-2-3-1 in terms of the formation?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, we've got to see two holding midfielders at the back, sort of fingers in front of the defence, because he's been trying to play just one in front, and Casemiro has been struggling on his own. I think we just need to have that support for him. If we get Amrabat over the line, I believe it's going to be done by 12 o'clock for him to be able to play against Arsenal. But if hopefully, we get that done, and then we can potentially see Amrabat starting with the likes of Casemiro. A bit of an easier decision for Ten Hag with Mount being injured. It gives him that opportunity to put somebody in there. Obviously, Scott McTominay heavily linked with a move away. But if we don't get Amrabat and McTominay still with us, then.
So what's the formation you reckon here? What formation do you reckon he's going to go with?
I think it just depends if Højlund's ready, and if he is, I'd like to see 4-2-3-1.
Okay, let's stick with 4-2-3-1, people. Okay, so we have a situation here. Do we dare to put on the left? It will be a Regulon. Is it a done deal now?
It's a done deal. The medical is probably it's being done right now, and I think we'll probably hear about it, after the stream. So I just feel like if he comes in with the new momentum, go ahead, put him in there, because Dalot, as much as Dalot left back, he did really good last game. He was really integral in our build up and how we got how we progressed the ball. But I'm scared of Martinelli.
Oh, Martinelli.
I mean Saka. Sorry, Saka is gonna be cooking on that side. So it's like we have to make sure that we have Wan-Bissaka on the right and Reguilon on the left.
Wan-Bissaka. Alex.
Yeah.
What do you reckon about your boy Saka? Will he cook us?
I mean, you just can't. He's just unstoppable, isn't he? But I think you just need to probably put two defenders, three defenders on him. And I think that's the only way to have. That's watching some of the games, that's the best tactics. Really, is just to have 2-3 players, on him.
All right then. All right. Big up to you, mate. All right. So here it's undisputed. It has to be Martinez, right? In the right. Everyone agrees in the VR room.
Yes. Oh,
Martinez.
that's unanimous.
Yeah.
Butcher.
Yeah.
Martinez.
Yeah.
I'm the only one saying it.
Oh, I almost put Martin Odegaard there. Martin.
I think he might have
Oh,
let a
that
few
got
through.
Lisandro Martinez. There we go. Who's going to play next to Lisandro Martinez? It will be a Lindelof. Must be, right? Because Varane is injured, right?
Lindelof.
Victor Lindelof. Yep.
Lindelof.
Iceman. Linder Soft. Lof.
No, L.
There's no R. No R.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
it.
Lindelof. And I'm supposed to be Swedish. Okay. It's got to be on the right. Disgrace. Yes. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, right?
It's got to be Wan-Bissaka.
No questions.
Yeah.
Bissaka versus Saka, right? Where is it?
Martinelli. It's Wan-Bissaka versus Martinelli.
Peace. You can't find Wan-Bissaka. Maybe I have caps locks.
Oh, it's just getting very exciting, isn't it?
Oh, there he is.
It's an underscore, isn't it? Sorry.
All right. So now, guys, midfield. Okay. Here's a question, right? We got to play Casemiro, right? So it's got to be a Casemiro on the right or the left, people. Phil,
on the right.
I think they just kind of swap positions, don't they? But you can start him on the right, for the sake of the lineup builder.
That's going to be a midfield battle there, right? Casemiro. Okay. Now, listen, there's a moment of truth here, right? There's a moment of truth. I want to take this away, guys. Listen, I'm going to pose a question. Sophie Amrabat seems to be done and dusted very soon. The question is, his Dutch passport, his European Union, does it mean he can do a medical very quickly? But regarding the work permit in UK, I'm not living in UK. I don't know the law. But apparently I did some research. So he doesn't need a work permit to play. Anyone knows anything about that? Please remind me in the chat. Otherwise, okay.
As an African, I think he might need a work permit. I don't know anything about the law, but I can tell you that the immigration will be picking him up at halftime if they play him without his papers right.
No, I read something today that if you're a non-EU citizen and despite the Brexit, you can still play. So that's not a problem. Do we dare to put as a fantasy? Do we dare to put in a Amrabat here?
As a fantasy, absolutely. There's no reason why not to. But I suppose the question is, if he's not available, then who does he start? Because that's
Eriksen.
kind of the key question. Is it going to be Eriksen?
It's Eriksen.
Eriksen played 90 minutes the other day. Can he do it twice in a row?
Yes.
His legs are definitely gone. And against the likes of Odegaard, Saka, and Ketia, who've all got a bit of legs, and Martinelli in that sort of crossing over across the front, I'm not sure Eriksen's the person for this. I'd rather, honestly, I would rather see if Amrabat's not available, I'd rather see McTominay start.
No, but apparently McTominay
Alex
is now
laughing.
also on a last trip.
McTominay, who is he?
Maxos. Listen. Let's stay cool and composed. The transfer window is not closed yet. McTominay's been now linked to Fulham because Bayern wants what's his name? What's his name? That midfielder. Their midfielder. What's his name?
Gravenberch? Who? What?
Oh, from Fulham.
No, the Fulham. Palhinha. They want
Palhinha.
Palhinha, 5-year deal.
And it was reported then if that's the case, then Fulham is calling for Scott McTominay, right? So
Fulham's
Palhinha, yes,
30 million offer him for Amrabat tonight.
You're not going
it
to
won't happen, but they have put a bid in for him. But the
put a bid
question
in as
is,
much
if they're
as they
putting
want.
that in, why they're not? They're not in for Scott, are they? At the moment.
Yeah. Okay, so people saying Sofian. Should we just put in Sofian? Should we be reckless here, or should we go realistic?
Be real. It's MUFC Realist TV. Be realistic. Let's go. Let's go McTominay or Ericsson.
McTominay's a good player, isn't he? Let's be honest.
I need a verdict.
Ericsson.
I need a verdict. Ericsson. Yeah, even the sensible Gooner says Ericsson.
Look, Ericsson.
Yeah,
go with Ericsson.
People in the chat going, go reckless, Mick, go reckless. Trust me, I would love to put in one. I would love to put in, definitely 100%. I would love to put in a Amrabat, but I know how Manchester United are handling transfers. I know they're never going to get the things over the line, the papers. We've seen it so many times before, so I'm not going to go giddy here. So I'm putting Ericsson. If Amrabat is available, I definitely put him on the bench, guys. Let's put it like this. Now we're coming up with the front here. Let's see up here. There has to be Bruno Fernandes, right? We don't talk about Bruno.
Nothing to worry about, Ollie.
Yeah. Now, in the front line, people, Rashford to the left.
100%.
100%.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Depends on who you Arsenal is putting there. Like, he's going to have a breakfast meal again.
So they're going to be Ben White or Partey, innit?
It's got to be Rashford. Doesn't matter who it is.
Well, while you're looking for Rashford, I want to say big shout out to United 90 for saying, I love Amrabat for turning everyone down for us. That's just got to be so commendable. He said, I will wait for Man United. Yeah. Nobody else talk to me. No Saudis, nobody. That's
big money as well.
That's the,
no.
Player
listen,
like that, playing for the badge.
You know what it is? Guys, you know what it is. Like, you've all been in love before. You have your dream girl and all that stuff, right? There's no chance, even if Margot Robbie comes knocking on your door. Come on, Alex, let's go for a date. Alex, no. I have my dream girl. That's it. There's no way you can persuade me. No. Oh, will you? Will you go with Margot Robbie, Alex?
Yeah, why not?
That's why you're a Gooner.
Yeah.
Joke aside. We United fans, we stick together. We're not cheaters. Come on. Listen, guys, let's go back to business. Right. So who you think is going to play on? It's got to be Anthony Dos Santos. He's not going to deviate from it. Right.
Ormstein's just tweeted that they reckon the Amrabat deal will be done before the 11 p.m. deadline. Yes. Which I'm wondering if he's suggesting that we're ready for the weekend.
Oh, so Amrabat will be.
Also... No, guys.
Hey.
Amrabat has been training alone. He's been exiled from the team. There's no way.
Let me be reckless.
Let me ruin the party. He's been exiled from team training. There's no way. Reguilon has a closer chance of starting than Amrabat. I'm sorry.
Give me my flowers. Poppy, give me my flowers. I've been reporting on this Amrabat deal since it first came out. I've been spot on. I've been having Padula on here exclusive. I've been saying he's going to be a Manchester United player. Can I please have him in my lineup? Please.
There you go.
Can I have him? Please?
You can have Amrabat. You can have him. You've been working on him.
Thank you. Guys, I go reckless. Bye-bye, Christian. Let's put in Amrabat.
Come on, this is realist TV, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm saying,
Alex. He really wants Amrabat. Okay. Amrabat has been wanting to be United. We can't get in the way. Oh, that looks strong. That looks.
I want Amrabat. I want my
dream
Amrabat.
On.
I kind of have my Amrabat.
I want my Amrabat.
Let's have Amrabat. Come on. We're here to beat Gooners. We are going to Emirates. We haven't beaten you guys since 2017. We're going reckless, people. Now the question is, guys, are we going to even go more reckless here?
If you're going reckless, you get Højlund up front.
Yeah, exactly what I'm going to say.
If we're going reckless, Højlund starts. If we're going
okay, guys, are we going to go reckless? Are we going to put Rasmus Højlund that we bought? That's been sitting on the bench pretending being injured, but he's actually getting fit. He's been doing the Rocky Balboa. He's been training.
If he's 90% fit, he's 80% fitter than Martial.
Yeah. Mick, I see you, George, but Mick Coffey's making him reckless. Yes, guys, I need your assistant in the VAR room. Smash a 1 if you think that Højlund's going to start. Smash a 2 if it's Martial. I will not go further, but I want to be reckless. Only you can stop me.
2 Martial, 1 is Rashford. You said 1 is Rashford, 2 is Martial.
No.
Right? I mean, 1 is Højlund, 2... Gotcha.
2 is Martial. Lisa is saying 2. Let me see. Okay, I get a lot of 2s here. People have PTSD. Craig Parker is saying 2. RJ is saying 2. MUFC, really, Stevie, who that hell that is? It wasn't me. He says 1. Even Football Power Hour says 1. Don't come here and tell me that you're not reckless. You're saying 1 as well, right? And you're going 1. How many times are you going to say 1? 1. I can count you, puppy. You cannot cheat.
My hands are here, guys.
All right. He's ready, says Jamie Wayne. Lisa, I got to go with you because you're all the way from Denmark. I believe that he will start from the bench.
Mark went with 3. 3 is Jadon Sancho.
Yeah. Phil, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I think you're going to start with Højlund. At the end of the day, I think there's a reason why, ironically, there's been all these posts on the United social media showing them in training and stuff like that, and he's just not been in there. But whether that's because they're either hiding him and it's going to be like a secret weapon, so to speak, or he's not fit and he's not been training with the first team, I don't know. I mean, I could take a training picture and a video of 28 players and just leave 2 just slightly off camera. You don't know what's going on. But I think at the end of the day, if he's been training and we have behind closed door games and stuff like that, or you just don't know what's going on. But the only thing I would say, back to the realist side of thing, is we don't normally see Ten Hag starting a player who, from the off, who hasn't played before. Even with Casemiro, we didn't see it. He worked his way into the team. So,
guys, we solved the mystery.
Højlund.
Phil, we solved the mystery. We have who's going to start up front. Big up, Stephanie Griffith. All right. William Connolly saying 1-1-1. Rashford will start. There's a lot of conflicting reports. Are we going to go reckless? Are we going to lock this one in, people? What are you guys saying? What do you think? Is this possible? Is this Ten Hag's weapon to say he's been saving him for the Arsenal game, right?
I feel like it's gonna be Højlund in the 65th minute after Martial plays an hour, or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been reckless with the Amrabat, so I'm gonna change it with peer pressure, right? So we're gonna go with the G-string, hamstrings, Martial, right?
G-string, hamstring. Yeah.
Yeah, Leeds agrees with me. The fact that what I've said about that Ten Hag doesn't always start his players who've not played it so far. And I think, at the end of the day, as much as we'd loved Højlund to start, it's probably going to be Martial.
Okay, guys, we're locking this one in. I will save this and share it on Twitter. We will come back on Sunday and we will see when we do the lineup, when warm up, to see if we actually pick the right team. This is not us picking. We picked this team together with Arsenal fans as well. So big up to all of you. I'm saving it right now. Let's move on because the show must go on.
We'll do the Arsenal one now, shall we?
Nah, you already done yours. Listen, guys. No, we already done it. We don't have time. And anyway, we got to move on because time is at the essence. There's a lot of things going on. People need to go to sleep, eat. We got to do the final piece as well, because this is the most interesting part, which is... Get in there, son. I've been feeling you guys all along. I've been feeling that uncomfortableness. I look at you, Alex. You're usually very comfortable,
I'm
and
confident.
I can smell
I'm
it.
feeling
I can
confident.
smell it, bro. I know you, brother. I know you. You know that Alex. You. What do you reckon? What's the score
3-1.
prediction?
3-1 Arsenal.
3-1 to what?
Arsenal.
Again? Come again? Get
Yeah,
out of
I'm
here.
hoping I'm going to get it right this time.
Get out of here. Okay, Alex.
I've
Is
got
that
to be
your final
confident.
score?
I got to be confident. Well, my heart is saying 3-1, but my brain is saying a draw. I'm going to go for the win. 3-1.
Showing
Can
chest,
you come
man.
again?
3-1.
Okay. This is now for
Clip
the
that
record being
already.
clipped.
Let's
It's
do
been
it.
clipped. You should have gone what you said to me in the first time we had a 2-2 draw. That I was expecting you to. I'm deeply disappointed with you, Alex. Okay, go with your chest. You say 3-1.
Yep.
Okay. Poppy, I'm going straight up to you, my friend.
I feel like it's going to be a comprehensive 2-1 victory goal from Bruno Fernandes and also Anthony Dos Santos.
So I was expecting you to take up your scoreboard there and draw but anyway, you can take it to the latest stages. Listen, Ollie at the wheel. Are you going to switch to be a Ollie at the wheel? What do you reckon, Ollie? 9-0 says DJ Superfly. Ollie, what is, as a debutant of the show, talk to us. What are you feeling?
If he reverts back to the midfield that he had last season, we got a chance. I'm gonna go, as we're at home, I'm saying a 2-1 win, but my head's saying a draw. 2.
That's level-headed, Ollie. That's level-headed. Where did he go? I removed him. Add to stream. Who
Head's
removed
gone, bro.
Ollie? We have Glazer Stroll.
should-
Get out of my stream. Okay, 2-2, you said, right?
2-2,
Standish?
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Standard.
That's level. Phil Standish, floor is yours.
I think both teams come out the traps, but I think the difference is that Arsenal look more likely to score first. I'd like to say 3-1. I think there'll be 4 goals scored. I'd like to say 3-1 United, but I think it's going to be more like 2-2 draw. Unless Oiland comes off the bench and gets the winner.
Get out of here. No. Listen, is it only me left now? I want to hear what the VR room is saying before I go. 3-1, it says Lisa Jensen. When you say 3-1, that means that Arsenal's going to win 3-1 because they're the home team. But I guess
No,
she
said
3-1
United.
Yes, I guess.
3-1 United.
Okay. Well, last time I had Alex on, I said 3-1 United. So I don't want to jinx it, but I'm more leaning towards a draw for this time around. I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw as well. But I'm going to go with my Patriot heart, and I'm going to be reckless because if Hoyland starts or gets in, he's going to score, right? If we have an Amrabat in there, we are there. And basically, I've been feeling I've been watching you a little bit, right? Let's not boo Phil. If Maguire starts, yeah, probably, yeah.
Johnny Evans. Like Ollie said.
Yep.
Ollie said Johnny Evans might start.
Yeah. But if we haven't won at Emirates since 2017, when Jesse Lingard did the moonwalk, it's time to break the deadlock. So I'm going to stick with my 3-1. 100% I'm going to stick with my 3-1. I don't know. Call me whatever you say. I will stop licking frogs and all that stuff. But I think 3-1 to United. 2-1 United. Yeah, maybe more reasonable. All right. So that's me. What are people saying as the community score? What are we gonna get? Are we?
I think it's fair to say, considering most of the VAR community, United fans, there are quite a few who are putting it down for an Arsenal win. When I've just been flicking through all the different scores and things, there's quite a few that have got it down for an Arsenal win. 2-1, 3-1, 3-2. But at the end of the day, you've got to back your own team, and I can't leave the show by saying it's going to be a draw. So I've got to say United's going to win. I'm going to say
It's a casino, isn't it? Let's be honest, guys. We're just going for, I mean, it's a casino. No one knows what's going to happen here.
No, Ollie and Alex and everyone, it's going to be like this at the end of the day.
You have the ring. And I see
Your Schwartz is bigger than mine at the end of the day. Right, gentlemen,
we the place out.
Yeah, listen, it's going to be a cracking game. Listen, I want to take my opportunity to thank you for coming on. Alex, it's been a hot minute. I know you're traveling to Amsterdam tomorrow. Don't go to the dodgy cafes. You know what I'm talking about. Take care, mate. You know, oh, yeah. Whatever you're smoking, don't be delusional. All right, cool. We got that pointed. Ollie, so good to see you, mate. I'd love to have you both back on the show anytime.
Yeah,
anytime.
That's what.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So, guys, smash a like and the VR piano. We are 200 approximately now. Listen, smash a like for Alex and Ollie. Before you guys go, I want to sort of give the viewers an opportunity. Ollie, where can people follow you and find you?
I'm not particularly big on social media anymore, guys. So you'll have to find me back on here when I'm invited, if I get invited again.
Oh, that's a good answer. How about you, Alex?
Same here. But I will. I'm thinking of making a channel. So yeah, tune in. I'll be back.
Alex, call me later. We do a channel together, right? You can always have a platform here, like the voice of Gooners, right? You and Ollie can host it. You all right? You can do that, right?
Of course.
No, but we are Manchester United fan. Listen, Puppy, thank you so much. Puppy, are you going to do watch along, right, on Sunday?
We will be there. We will be there when Ten Hag is going to cook Mikel Arteta, and I cannot wait. It's going to be a big. I feel like this game, there's no draw written in it. It's going to be a serious, comprehensive victory for one side, and I hope that side is Man United. I feel like that side is going to be Man United. I know that side is going to be Man United. So Sunday, we will be here. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the notification bell, MUFC Realist TV. We will be here.
Yeah, big up. Final words before we die, Phil. What's your final word?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, I just want to back the team. I think we've got to show a bit of positivity. We are finding a way to score goals, and we just need to. One thing I would say is, I watched the first half of the Spurs game again, and now we weren't 3-0 up in the first half. We're creating the chances. We just need to learn to take them, and we are creating a lot of big chances. So I think I am feeling confident. You've got to, even going to get to the Emirates. We're not wanting it 2017. Time to break that. Come on. Let's do this, United.
All right. For all the respect, people, for all the Arsenal supporters, thank you for coming. But I want to hear from Poppy. Say hello to my little friend before we go.
Ooh.
The machine gun. Say hello to my little friend.
Oh, let me say hello to the machine gun real quick. I was reading the Machicutioner saying, remember this, Arsenal? We beat you twice last month, 2 times in one day, 90 minutes and in the penalty shootout. So it's going to be a repeat of that. So be ready. Ten Hag is coming for you.
Scarface. Say hello to my little friend, yeah? Big up. Listen, VR room, everyone that's tuned in, thank you for tuning in the midst of all this transfer madness. I'm grateful that we can come away and talk football. I'm grateful for having my honorable panel and guests. Please, if you haven't smashed the like, become a member, subscribe, please do so. And we should look forward to potentially see you tomorrow to cover the deadline day. It's going to be depressing, or it's going to be a victory, or we will see. But other than that, on Sunday, we'll be covering the Arsenal game for sure. And, I don't know if you, Ollie or Alex, will be around on Sunday. Maybe you can invite you for a post-match reaction rant. We will see. Hello, Misha. My cat is coming here. Listen. Yeah. People are saying, Poppy.
Shout out to everybody also that's tuned in on Football Power Hour. We're co-streaming.
Yeah.
listening to Football
100%.
Power Hour. Make sure, by the way, if you're on MUFC Realist TV, make sure you also go to Football Power Hour, hit like, subscribe, and do the same on your Football Power Hour. It's very easy. Support both platforms, guys. Let's go. Let's grow together. Glory, glory, Man United.
Yeah, 100%. Sorry, my cat is right up my face here. I'm getting distracted. You can probably hear him. But guys, please go check out Puppies and his channel. He's one of the best YouTubers around. So funny. You know,
get out of here.
I'm going to quit soon. Get out of here, cat. Catastrophe.
Out of here, man.
Big up everyone for tuning in. Like, listen, we will see you on Sunday, Poppy, 100%. Alex, have a safe travels to Amsterdam.
Thanks,
Ollie, be careful at the wheel, all right? And hopefully we have Onana, and we will not sleep on a banana. Peace, love, and peace. Oh, thank God we have Onana. God bless you all. God bless you all. And brace yourselves because deadline day tomorrow. That's all, folks. Thank you for tuning in. See you later. Bye for now. That's it, folks.
That's all, folks.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.